You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? You're great.
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 You're great. We're doing an episode finally. It was a
We
crazy holidays.
Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the Hug Life podcast. I'm Mike Been a While Coletta.
And I'm Monica After a While Crocodile Nevy.
Ooh, that's good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been gone a while now. We've been doing some serious hug flecting over the course of this last December.
Yes, get some personal hug flections.
Everyone had their own personal hug flexion time, but now we're back into it. So let's do the way we always start by plugging our shows.
Oh, yeah. I
Alright.
forgot we do this.
I can go first because I know where you're going to be this weekend because I'm with you this weekend for
Oh,
Friday.
are you?
Yeah.
Yay. That's
Monica's
exciting.
at Club Comedy this weekend.
You could see both of us. How
Friday
great
night.
is that?
I'm there Friday night with Monica.
Are you
featured.
other places? Is that why you're only
No,
on Friday?
I'm actually no. It's just because they just booked me on Friday, but that was the night open, so I'm like, I'm there. I'm in it. They're like, do you want to feature for Monica? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about featuring for my friends. I have so much fun. It's my favorite
Good.
thing to do, honestly.
No, I'm excited that you'll be there. That's good. Well, because I saw Barunji must be the other days because he posted he's there Thursday, Saturday, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
weird.
I'm actually
Who
at
do I
Club
have to deal with on
Comedy
Friday?
a lot. I'm at Club Comedy a lot this next coming couple weeks. Actually, the next month.
Okay. Well, what else do you have to plug? I thought you were going.
February, I'm going to be back at Club Comedy on the 3rd and the 4th of February with Susan Rice. I'm hosting.
Ooh,
But I'm going to
wow.
host. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
like, why
yeah.
not? And then on the night before, I should have done this professionally. So February 2nd,
Like just terrible order. You're like
February
and
2nd,
2 weeks ago. I
I'm
did-
featuring for Susan Rice at the Angel of the Winds Casino.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then the weekend after that, I'm at Joker's the 10th and 11th. And then I'm in Medford the 17th
Okay,
and
you
18th.
and your
and then
Pat
I'm
Wilson gigs.
back at Club Comedy for feature for Kermit on the 24th and 25th.
Wow.
So my February is full. Every weekend I have something going on in February.
That's fantastic.
Which
Look
is
at
good
you.
because it was weird because there was nothing for the longest time and it all kind of filled up. But yes, I am doing a bunch of Pat Wilson gigs. Also, I'm flying to Medford and I've never been more excited to just
It's
fly
great.
there.
It's a very quick flight and
I'm
it's so
over-
close to the hotel and they have a shuttle.
Oh, they do?
They
Hell
do.
yeah.
So utilize that, you know.
You just saved me like $40.
I actually really like flying into Medford.
It's my new thing I'm doing now. I'm never driving again. I looked at the price and I was like, shit, I could do this every time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like never driving again. Especially even with feature pay, it still like works.
Yeah, the only problem is if you have other stuff connected
All I got to
to
do
it.
now is get Pat Wilson to headline me. That's all I got to do is just convince that to happen.
You're going to have to blow her, I think.
Oh man, I don't want to have to fillet a booker.
Yeah.
The word fillet get you?
No, just the booker thing. I don't know. Anyways, all bookers are gross.
All bookers are gross, and you shouldn't fillet them.
You should
There's
not be
one rule of this
filleting them.
podcast: do not fillet a
Never
comic booker,
Like a booker. That's what I
and
gotta,
blame the audience 100% of the time.
yeah, do some more workshops. Those are the two things I'm gonna
So you're gonna
preach
add
to
the
new
list?
comics. Yeah. Never fillet a booker. Okay. My dates coming up this weekend. I'm at Club Comedy in Seattle, the 19th through the 21st. 5 shows. There we go. Let's fill them up. Mike will be with me on Friday, turns out. January 26th, I'm in Aberdeen, Washington at Mount Olympus Brewing.
Where
Then
Zeus lives.
Yep, he is hammered. I'm doing a competition at Tacoma Comedy Club on February 5th.
You're doing it like you're competing.
Yeah. It was okay. So Katie Thurston, who's like the bachelorette chick that was from here, you
Mhm.
know, she likes me or whatever. So she reached out and she's like, hey, do you want to do my show in Tacoma? And I was like, sure. Thinking it was like a normal show. And then it turns out it's a competition. I don't really understand the structure of it, but it's like fucking me, Andrew Rivers, Kelly Collette, who's not from here, but
I know Kelly Collette.
yeah, is good. Chris Mejia and 2 other people I forgot. And I don't like competitions.
Yeah, I
It's
feel like you
sold out
kind of got
already.
you got
Just,
bamboozled is what I feel like. You
I
got
don't know
fully
why they
bamboozled
didn't
into this
tell me
bullshit.
that. Anyways,
I'm mad for you, honestly.
well, it's already sold out, so you can't come.
Well, I wasn't gonna go, but I'm mad for you as well.
Well, that's okay. Is that the Super Bowl? When's the Super Bowl?
It might be. They wouldn't have a show on the Super Bowl. That seems completely ridiculous. A comedy club would know better than that. Yep, closed for Super Bowl the 12th. It's not on there.
Okay. Yeah, the 5th is this show. Anyways, okay, then the Jewel Box in Seattle on the 10th, Horseshoe Bend, Idaho on February 11th.
Yes, that's a long named town, so you know it's a bustling metropolis.
Near to Boise, but not in Boise. Raymond, Washington. And then our next comedy at Carco, the theater show I run at Carco Theater in Renton, is February 18th with Kermit Apio and Greg Beechler.
I love both of those people.
It's going to be a good show. What is happening? Okay, then I'm in Chicago and Indianapolis. You guys should figure that out. All my dates, pretty updated though, on my website and linktree.com/Monica Nevi. There you go.
There you go. Oh man, I'm looking more at this right now. Does Katie Thurston do comedy?
Yeah, she's started to. Well, she tried to start before, which is how she knew Andrew, because they kind of hung out.
Oh, you mean they dated? Because Andrew's only said it on Facebook about 750 times. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
There's no
yes.
way. I had no
I don't
idea.
think they really dated, though. I think they just maybe hooked up or were going to hook up, and then she got a bloody nose. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Happens a
That
lot
was
around Andrew.
before the whole bachelorette thing, bachelorette thing. Then, since she was the bachelorette, she seems to just recently started to try and do it again, kind of thing.
Wasn't her season weird? I don't even watch The Bachelorette, but wasn't it like a weird thing?
The first, when she was on The Bachelor, she brought a dildo like the first day or whatever.
Oh, that's right. She's the dildo lady.
Yeah, she's the dildo lady.
No wonder she got a bloody nose around Andrew. I don't know. I'm just trying to make things up here.
And then for her actual bachelorette season, it was like 2 bachelorettes, or they did 2 seasons at the same time, something like that. It's her and Michelle. Anyways, I didn't really watch it, but yeah.
Well, I'm looking here at the show, and it doesn't say anything about it being well, no, it's called a joke off, so I guess it is a con. That's silly.
Yeah.
Why is
joking off?
I'm just joking off.
I don't know. Why couldn't we just do?
Why can't you just do a comedy show?
Yeah, it's like you get paid, but then you also could win another $150.
See, and I hate that shit. Just split it evenly.
Why not just pay us all $25 more?
Yeah, why not just pay people money to do stand-up comedy? What happened?
Clearly, she didn't need a gimmick to sell tickets. It's already sold out, so she could have just had a showcase.
This is one of those things where I see a comic do this, and I'm like, I wonder if she gets a door deal. I hope so, because then she gets more money. You know?
Yeah.
I hope she got a door deal. I hope she's not getting paid like $45, and she's like selling this place.
Then I don't really hope that she got a door deal, because then if she was going to pay us out of the door, that would be more probably than what we're actually getting paid.
Then she would be razzing y'all, just full on razzing. Watch out. It's a right razzing.
Whoever wins gets 50% of the door.
Oh man. That'd be pretty cray.
Yeah, or I'll just take 20% of the bar. Anyways.
Well, it makes sense why Chris he is on it, because 1, he's very funny, but 2, he's like a bachelor guy. He like does the commentary on it, and I love that about him.
She had been pitched some people except for Andrew and I.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So
they don't pitch me on these shows. I don't really scream Bachelorette, unfortunately.
You want Bachelor Nation? That's not who you.
Do I scream Bachelor Nation?
Demographic is. I don't know.
Why do I scream bearded white man nation?
So do I though. Old white man.
Man, I have a funny audience interaction story to tell you. Can we just skip it to it right now? Can we just skip to it? Right? Can we just jump right into it?
Absolutely.
I do the show. So I was with Bo Johnson, our friend Bo, at the Sigalo Cellars in Lake Chelan this weekend. That's where I was. I had 2 shows there, Saturday and a Sunday, right?
Nice. Okay.
Saturday show. It's a fun show. It's fine. Whatever. We get done with our sets. A woman it's funny because I used to say like a mid-40s woman, like it was like older than me, but it's creeping up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit's creeping up there. This woman is probably in her 40s or 50s. I'd have to say. I have no idea. Comes up to me, just instantly lays in and kisses me on the side of my face. Not ready for it. Hate it. I hate that shit. I don't like people touching me. You know this about me, Monica. And I don't like
but that
like
just
this.
doesn't happen very often. So
No.
that's...
And then she's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much." She's drunk, whatever.
wine
she's
drinkers
like,
too.
touching my arm. She's like, "This is my daughter. She loves the show too." And her daughter's there. And her daughter's probably in her 20s and looks fucking terrified because her mom is a drunken mess. Right.
Yeah.
Then we're getting through it. She's buying a shirt, so everything's fine. I wipe the disgusting drunk slobber off the side of my face and I'm okay. Right. Then the mom says, "I love comedy. You know what I hate? Cancel culture." And I'm so happy I looked at the daughter's face because the daughter's face was instant regret. And just like, do you ever look at someone like so embarrassed for who they're with? And the best part is the mom immediately backpedaled in their drunken state, was like, I mean, not like you and Bo or those kind of comics. And the daughter's just like face palming. And it was just so funny. And she physically drags her mom away from me after selling a shirt.
She's like, "Let's go."
Yep. And it was just one of those interactions where I'm like, this is beautiful. This is the difference between generations here.
And
you know
then
what I
she
mean?
Sold a shirt. Yeah.
I did sell a shirt. I mean, she paid for it, so I'm fucking fine with it. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
also paid really well. Like she paid 20. So I'm sold my shirts for 25 because it's what Bo was doing, right?
Mm.
I'm also kind of
Does he
leaning
have
towards that
shirts?
camp now. He does have shirts now, yeah. And we each sold one, and she tipped us a $50 extra, so it was a $100 charge.
Wow.
Yeah, but I just thought it was so funny to watch this poor woman's daughter drag her away from a situation.
Yeah.
I don't like being touched though, and I don't like that at all. You know me.
I know. Well,
but
are
I
you
got
sweaty?
through it. Yeah, I'm always sweaty. You know that about me.
That wasn't really my point. Okay. Anyways,
But that was my weird audience interaction.
is that your lexical embrace?
Well, the lexical embrace should have been like daughters recognizing their parents doing
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess I should say
Breaking
children
breaking
generational boundaries. Yeah. I did have a different
generational patterns. I don't know.
Yeah, I did have a different lexical embrace though.
Okay, would you like to share? I know
Well, we didn't finish the
some.
plugs.
Yeah,
So let me finish the plugs first.
okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Follow us on Spotify, all that jazz. You can go to patreon.com/HugLife Podcast. $1 a month gets you access to all of our back episodes. We do those pretty regularly. And if we miss some, we put them out late and it's still fun. Then we do our Instagram at HugLife Podcast. We also have I'm forgetting something. There's one more. Hold on. Amazon. That's it. Click on our Amazon link on monicanevi.com or huglifepodcast.com. And then those would go to our Amazon banner, and that gives us a little something when you buy something. You know what I mean?
Something.
And then our friend Danny Dodge does our art. She's wonderful at Studio Dodge on Instagram or studiododge.com. Monica has a Substack. I have a Substack. We're both stacking subs, the two of us together, but separately. And then that's it.
That's
Monica, what are you doing for lexical embraces today? Do you have one or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
I put you on the spot so hard right now.
Yeah, I think I'm ready, but
my lexical embrace is a fun one. You ready? It's when you take multiple recipes online and you make your own out of it. This was brought up to me by Shai, who's one of the great bookers of that show. And Shalane, he's like, I took the Korean fried recipes I found online and kind of made my own. I'm like, I fucking love doing that. I did it with like my smoked pork shoulder thing to make pulled pork. And it's my favorite thing in the world. Because when you pull it off, you're like, I took multiple things and I made my own.
Do you try them separately first, or you just put them together away?
I
Frankenstein that shit.
I Frankenstein them now. I don't even think about it anymore. I just put that shit together because it's more fun that way. Who cares if it sucks? You're gonna make it again. It's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. You do it one way and then you make changes afterwards. But
I have a barbecue book I write things down in.
You have a barbecue book?
The little book I have has a little piece of meat on it that Katie stitched in Erna Cricket.
Oh,
and I put my recipes in there, but what I've done.
Not bad. This is like a little scientist, little barbecue scientist.
Little barbecue scientist putting my little lab coat on, but it's just an apron that says I like to rub my meat. I do have that.
I'm not doubting it. And anyway, I was imagining a lab coat, but it had like barbecue stains all over it, like
that would be actually better and probably more on brand for me.
That makes sense. That's pretty good. I still have yet to try any of your barbecue.
Nope, you never made it to the parties I've had. I've invited you, and then every
Oh.
time you send me a letter back, a formal letter,
Yes,
and it
that
says
says I will
never written
be
in
out
blood,
of town.
and it's pretty intense. And I don't know
Mhm.
why you do it. And then you put the black spot from Up a Treasure Island on there too.
It's animal blood, though.
You threaten my life every time I offer you barbecue.
That's never happened. Anyways, I usually am out of town. I feel like
You really
that's
are. I'm just trying to commit to the bit here. You know?
usually what I'm doing. I don't know.
We get it. You're a touring comedian.
Yeah,
So am I, but I just like to
touring the yard mostly.
I've been touring the greater Northwest area for a while now.
I was gonna say this month has been very northwesty.
You gotta love the Northwesty months, though.
Yeah, it's been nice to be home. Where was
Especially
I? Oh, I was in
winter.
Oregon. That's true. I was in Hood River
Hood River.
on Friday. Okay, I would like to lexically embrace, first of all, any of the animal lodges.
The Elks Lodge.
Sure, the Elks Lodge is where I was on
Moose
Friday.
Lodge. That's
Moose
where it
Lodge,
was
an
in
Eagles
Alaska.
Lodge. What else is there?
Porcupine Lodge.
Sure.
There should be
Flamingo
a
Lodge.
The Flamingo Lodge is a thing, I feel like.
Well, I told you
That's
that
where
I performed.
like Florida people go to have orgies and stuff.
I just feel like an Elks Lodge is more my level of interesting, you know? Like
You
the
want to be a part of
drama.
the club?
Yeah, the club drama that's happening at an Elks Lodge is much more interesting to me than because I performed at a yacht club for New Year's Eve, right? We've discussed this.
We've discussed this, yes.
And I'm interested. I don't know. Rich people drama is just not as fun to me.
No, it's more fun to get into that white trash drama.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You want the
and
bowling alley drama.
yes, that's what it is. Oh, you nailed it. This particular Elks Lodge in Hood River, Oregon, is the youngest in the nation, like the median age of their, or the
So
average
it's
age
like
of their.
people that like to party, but they're in their 20s.
No, they're still in their 40s or 50s or whatever.
Wowzers.
But they're still the youngest. I
really
laughed really
threw me
hard.
for a loop there,
Yeah.
Monica.
But most other lodges I've been to, you know, everybody's in their 50s and 60s. So 40s, late
Young
30s. Actually,
generation.
their current exalted ruler is a woman who's like 31.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So
They're
different.
kind of kicking it. They're doing the opposite of the United States politics game. They're picking young people. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We should run more like an Elks Lodge.
When I well, I guess it would be like a more progressive Elks Lodge, really, for younger people.
Yeah.
But when my dad was, when I was a kid, not my dad was a kid, when I was a kid, and my father was raising me as a father does.
But he was an adult man.
He was an adult man. He was in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, which is hilarious because my dad was probably in his 40s at the time. And he was the youngest person there by decades, easily. So we'd go to these like Coast Guard Auxiliary meetups, usually at a lake, usually to encourage the use of personal flotation devices. That seems to be what they were there for. And they'd also like inspect boats too. But it was like me just hanging out with a bunch of 80-year-olds for the weekend. And I gotta say, it was kind of chill. It was pretty chill. Like weird people, drifters.
Depending on where you are, it's like going into a time warp a little bit. And like Mitch and I went to one, might have been a Moose Lodge in Georgia. Just because there was supposed to be an open mic there, but they hadn't taken it off the open mic. Like there was no open mic, so they were just
you just hung out at a Moose Lodge.
Yeah, because you have to be signed in by someone who is a member. Like you can't just hang out at an animal lodge without being either a part of it or someone has to like bring you as their guest. And so we were like asking about the open mic and they're like, no. And they're like, but we'll sign you in if you want to hang out. Cause it's like the drinks are like $1.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this was a few years ago, obviously. So they might be $2 now, but they're very cheap. And it was just us and a bunch of old dudes. And then like, you know, Tammy, the bartender she's got a wrist brace on and a mullet.
She's got carpal tunnel, you know, shaking too many cocktails. You got to keep that brace on,
but
Tammy.
That's who I want to hear those stories, you know?
This is giving me an idea.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of good ideas in this podcast, but I think this might be one of our best ones.
Okay.
The Dugong Lodge.
Why did I forget about Dugongs? Yes.
Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
for our podcast. Patreon people are in. Guess what? You're in.
Patrons.
You're jumping.
Right.
The
That's
gang.
a member. If you want to come in, someone on the Patreon has to sign you in.
And then but the thing is, the lodge itself
The
would have to
Dugong
be
Lodge.
unique. I feel like it's got to have a pool in the lodge because
Oh, yeah. Some of those things are huge. You know, there's a
maybe
gym in the one that
grotto
I was just
situation,
at.
like a
Ooh.
cool hot tub grotto
But
situation.
appropriate things happening.
Yeah,
there.
it's not a sex place. You know, it's not. It's not for sex.
No, yeah, it's not a sex club.
It's for friendship, and it's for cheap drinks.
Yeah, my two favorite things.
Friendship and cheap drinks are Monica's two favorite things. You know
It's
what?
true.
There might be kale there, probably too. Probably gonna have kale, dried kale snacks.
Put that in the pool.
Unlimited
Let the
kale
Dugongs
chips.
go after it.
That's when I, wearing a Speedo, get in the grotto and eat the kale out of the pool. That's what
This
I
is
do.
actually so. I do dry January as I have for the past like 5 years, and I had this fake beer at the old Elks Lodge. It is Budweiser Zero.
It's put zero after a drink, and it means it's just better for you. Is that what the rule is now?
Well, this is zero alcohol, but I think maybe. I mean, that is probably.
I love how you're dry, but you're still drinking alcohol-free beer because you got to get the taste.
Well, and it that's funny because somebody said that to me the other night because it shows I'm just so used to like having a drink, you know? So it's like, it's me. And then I don't think about it when I'm drinking a beer because it still tastes like a beer. Anyways, but somebody said that they were like, so do you just really love the like bitter, hoppy taste of beer? Is that what, you know? It's like, no, I just forget that I'm not drinking. In fact, I'll go to the car after a couple O'Douls and be like, am I okay to drive?
And you'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm totally fine. But I just don't notice. Anyways, these were most beer companies now have some non-alcoholic version. There's non-alcoholic wine now. Or well, it's low alcohol. It's like 5% instead of, you know, wine's like 15%.
Oh yeah.
But, which it just tastes like juice. But whatever. Whatever you got to do. I don't blame anybody. It works for me. So
yeah, if it works
beers.
for you, it's good. I had a real hard time with the old foods over the holidays, and I didn't gain a lot of weight back, but I definitely am like kicking it back into gear today. Today's the new
Today's
day.
the day.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was like because all the holiday foods, and you want to eat them, and then I have no self-control. Like that's
that's why we do dry Januaries, because I drink more during the holidays than I normally do, just because it's like, well, we're all together. Oh yeah, we're doing it. Oh well, they have a Christmas drink at this place, you know, whatever.
Might as well get into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole thing.
So then I need to cleanse myself.
They gotta do a cleanse. I read this thing that all those cleanses, not like this, but like when someone advertises a real cleanse,
the non-alcoholic beer cleanse.
Not like that, but like the real, like where the chili and lemon cleanse or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just total bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, people are like, oh, you lose so much weight, and it goes, yeah, it's because you're not eating. It's not
because you're starving yourself.
Drinking. Yeah.
Like Weight Watchers is
still,
funny.
Lemon's not bad for you or anything, but everyone's like, oh, just drink this lemonade with cayenne in it and you'll be fine, which I've done multiple times. And it works if you're trying to lose weight, but it's literally just distracting you from starving yourself. That's all.
Yeah, Weight Watchers is the same way, where it's just me calorie counting without counting calories and just assigning like points. It's giving another thing, another layer of abstraction to calorie counting.
To calorie counting,
yeah. And that's what makes it so I can. That's what makes it so I can lose weight, because I need that, because I have a lizard brain.
You know, yeah.
My brain is made of lizards.
Running
in wheels.
I thought you said you had a wizard brain.
A wizard brain? That would be way cooler if I had a wizard brain.
You're a wizard brain.
Lizard. You're a lizard, Harry. There's a lot of flack for that in the news. Seeing that shit with J.K. Rowling sucking? She's the worst.
Is there something new about her?
Well, yeah, because there's a game coming out called Hogwarts Legacy that's supposed to be a big thing, and people are boycotting
we're supposed to be like, don't use it because she's a trans.
Yeah, but my whole thought was like, I shouldn't play the game, pay her money. But then I'm like, in the end, though, she's still already gotten paid the money. But I'm not going to buy the game because I don't know if it's going to be good. That's why I don't buy games now. That's a
fair point. I'm not going to buy the game.
That's nothing to do.
Games.
Has nothing to do with Harry Potter or supporting her. It's because I don't know if the game's going to be good when it comes out. That's the real decision.
Yeah, it's very confusing. All of that.
It is because she's making so much money no matter what people do. It's too
she's
late.
A billionaire.
Yeah, Harry Potter is a thing now. So it's like the only way she's going to be quote unquote ruined is if she ruins herself somehow, a la Elon Musk somehow.
Yeah, if she loses all her money.
I done musked myself. That's what they
You
said.
must
when-
it.
Musked.
Musked it.
Musked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. How do we do this? I don't even remember. I was gonna also lexically embrace sweet stuff because I never normally like sweet stuff, probably because I drink too much. But when you're not drinking, then you want sugar. And we have gotten donuts the last 2 Sundays. Mm-hmm.
Where from? Do tell.
We went to Top Pot the first time.
Oh shit.
Pretty good. And then there's this place in Tacoma called Legendary Donuts.
There's one of those in Auburn, up on the top of the hill in Lakeland.
So yeah, those, which I'll be honest, I don't necessarily need like the extravagant donut. I'm good with the glazed or whatever.
I just like a maple bar or an old fashioned. I love an
Yeah,
old fashioned donut.
I like a raspberry Bismarck.
Ooh,
But
fancy.
they got all the old peanut butter cookie filled donut. I don't even know, but just different stuff.
Fucking Captain Crunch filled donut.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't need all that, but it's
It's one of those things where you just love donuts. I love donut holes. That's a dangerous thing
holes
for me.
are great. We were
It's
just
dangerous
talking
for
about
me
that.
because it's like you can just keep eating them. You don't even know how many
they're
you eat.
littler, and then you don't notice.
It's so hard. It's so hard trying to be an adult and eat normally. It's difficult. Maybe it's probably not very hard. It's just hard for me because I just want to eat everything all the time.
I just feel like when I'm bored, that's what I want to do.
I want to eat everything everywhere all at once. It's like that movie.
I like that. You should make a parody sketch of that. I've never seen the movie, but
I haven't either. I heard it's very good though. I need to watch it.
Yeah, she just won a Golden Globe. Maybe.
Love it.
Yeah. They also came out with this new Twix flavor.
Oh, really?
It's
Yeah.
cookie dough.
Oh shit.
Cookie dough Twix. It is delicious. I can't find them very often, it seems. They seem like maybe it was a thing at some gas stations. Because there's a salted caramel one, which is good. There's also a cookies and cream Twix. That's pretty classic. But now there's cookie dough. And that was my favorite, like, ice cream flavors, cookie dough.
Oh, cookie dough's the best.
I don't get cookie dough very often because I can't eat ice cream.
What about eating just raw cookie dough from Papa Murphy's or something? You can do that.
Papa Murphy's.
Yeah, I like to get their tub of dough.
I think that, that's when you run into...
There are places that sell cookie dough that's meant to be eaten without
being
baked.
Yeah, and it's just like in a jar thing. I want to try
you can get your fix.
Have you ever tried it?
No, but Katie knows about it. You talked about it before.
I've seen it on my Instagram sometimes.
By the way, speaking of new innovations in cookie technology,
yeah,
I had fudge covered Oreos the other day.
Oh,
Shut the front door. So good. Way more addictive than regular Oreos. And regular Oreos are already super addictive.
I know. I hadn't had Oreos in a minute, and then we got a pack, and it was a bad idea.
So solid. Such a solid cookie choice.
I've been eating so much more sugar lately that it's like I'm breaking out.
Do you feel puffy?
I'm breaking out like a child. Now I get puffy from salt, but I'm having like little pimples.
Acne?
Yeah, which I don't really have acne. I've had some, but never
from because you're eating a lot of sugar.
No.
You know what happens to me? This is
really
gonna be a little TMI, and it's gonna mean you can tell. It's when I can tell I'm pushing the edge too much. If I eat a bunch of sweets and then I pee the next morning and it like smells sweet, I'm like, this is bad. This is really bad.
Diabetes.
I'm giving myself diabetes right now. Yeah. I am the butt of Greg Beechler's joke about type 2 diabetes. Making myself. Yeah.
That would be scary.
And then it goes away. It's like one of those things where it's like I've just eaten so much sugar that night before where it's like peeing out. And I'm like, this is not okay though. I should not be.
A syrup.
Yeah. It's like I'm peeing syrup. Exactly. Syrup. I'm like a birch tree. Syrup coming out of me.
I'm so upset. They took Chelsea Peretti's special off of Netflix.
You told me this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's upsetting. But she had a joke in there where she's like, I pee a lot. I pee all the time. She had one of her friends be like, oh, so you're a frequent urinator? She's like, yeah, you don't need to give it a medical flair. I pee a lot. And then her friend was like, is it sticky pee? And she was like, what? You think I'm just walking around with like peeing molasses? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's Sticky Pete. Yeah, why?
Dude.
I didn't know that was a thing, but
You know what I love? What reminded me this weekend is Bo and I were driving, and Bo knows a lot of other comedians' jokes. Like
Mhm.
he watches comedy, and I feel like I've known. So I know my friends. I know yours. I know people like that. But
well, yeah.
he was quoting some jokes from his friends that were genuinely had me cry laughing in the car. Like, do you know Brad Wenzel? Is that his
Yeah.
name?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Wenzel, yeah.
he has a joke.
He did a
I'm gonna,
secret joke.
I know, and I didn't. I wish he would have done this joke because this shit's so
I
fucking.
had met him in Los Angeles when we were there.
The joke about Pennywise. Have you heard it?
I don't think so.
Where he goes, a lot of people hate Pennywise the clown. I'm gonna butcher this joke, but we're plugging this guy because he's so funny. Everyone check it out, okay? He goes, everyone hates Pennywise the clown, but do you know who really hates Pennywise the clown? A normal clown stuck in a storm drain. And he goes, I know this looks bad. I just find that so funny to me. It's just a really good joke, right?
Yeah.
I know this looks bad.
You think I held it against him for a while. He did Conan and did a very similar joke to my Olive Garden joke.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Not that I was like, but I was like, you know, when you hear something and you go, ugh, I can't do that anymore.
Oh, should I know it? I actually know this guy. I've seen this guy before. I think I was there that night he was there at the secret show.
Yeah,
Brad Wenzel.
he had long hair at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still has long hair. Anyways, it wasn't that long ago. Come to the
I don't-
secret show.
I don't
It's
mean
very
it.
good.
I feel like if I tell another comedian's joke, it's fine as long as I give him credit for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
That
It's
just
Brad
means that you
Wenzel.
like it.
Everyone go watch him. He's so
People are
great.
gonna forget. Anyways, yeah, he's someone who we had on the secret show, and then people asked who he was for like 2 weeks afterwards. You're like, what was that guy's name again? He was so great. Him, Simon Gibson. That happened.
Oh yeah, Simon Gibson's great. I love it.
Yeah. Anyways, well, yeah, that's another thing. Our secret show coming up in February 3rd
That's right.
is the 8-year anniversary.
I will be there, but I will be there late because I'm leaving right after the show.
I will be there. And Aaron's going to do the door anyway, so it's fine.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Our
Good
brother's
job.
going to be in town, so
Is he going too? Are you
he's gonna
making him
creep
go to
on
the
my
show?
brother-in-law. Yeah.
Better
He's
go to the
like
show.
12 years old. He's not 12, but you know, he's like 22, so he
He's
could stay up late.
22. Fucking
Make him do the door.
gross.
Who cares?
Make him do the door. Make him clean the floors.
Okay.
I got really angry. Man, I don't like this aging thing. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm realizing now when I like make references to like young people. Like, for example, when we were at the show last time, we had about 8 under 21-year-old women show up,
Yeah.
and I had to refund their tickets. And I was like, I've never felt more like an out of touch old man than this.
Yeah,
moment.
you did seem like the old teacher guy that was,
I was like, what's
which
going
is funny
on here?
because maybe I shouldn't say this, but the facility manager who we like a lot, I won't say his name just in case he would get in trouble for this, but because I've been a little loose with the IDing thing because they did change the rule.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me when you came in and asked us that, like if you should refund them. And he was like, normally I'd just let them in. But he said the owner's here, so I'm not going to do that. And I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it just needed to be known because the policy did change. It used to be all ages. And now with the insurance changed. So it's 21 and up after 10 p.m. Like the venue has to be that. So it's affected our show. But now, you know, more people know and it's on the event and stuff.
I find it just so funny. I felt so old when those girls came in and I just felt
Well, then
like
they stood in the lobby for like another 10
and I'm like,
minutes.
can you
after
please leave?
Yeah.
You're making me feel like an old man. I'm only 34. Just get out of here,
I know.
ladies.
I felt bad, but whatever. But we had other people waiting to see if they could buy tickets.
Yeah,
but
so in
people
that
didn't
sense, it
show
was
up,
fine.
so it was like
Yeah.
whatever.
It's one of those things that was funny though, because I was like, oh, I remember being under 21 and trying to find something to do.
Trying to find something to do.
That
Yeah.
sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe read the Facebook event next time.
I will say
dummies.
positive thought though. That was
Roasted.
maybe the best show.
Oh,
Best
yeah.
audience. Best audience.
Oh
we've
yeah, it
ever
was
had.
hot.
And they were just good the whole time. Normally, because that show's so late, eventually towards the end, they get tired and you got to be like, hey, wake the fuck up. They were great all the way till the end. It was amazing.
Hot crowd.
Yeah. So if you haven't been to a secret show, go and get your tickets in advance because they've been selling out.
Hell yeah. Well, I think we did it. I think we did the episode.
I think we did great. And hope if you're a real Hug Life fan and you're in Seattle, come and see both of us on Friday.
That's right. Monica, is there anything you want to say to the listener before we go?
I love you so much.